Hello, welcome to Academic Excellence. Please, this GB, help by subscribing and also hit on the notification bells so that anytime we uploaded any video, you get notified. In today's class, we will continue again with from where we stop. Remember the previous class we stopped at division of polynomial. Today we'll be continuing with what? The remainder theorem. But before we do the remainder theorem, we'll first do what? Functional notation, right? This functional notation, the subtopic, this will help build you up for the remainder theorem, right? So we start from functional notation, right? So now we start solving question. We continue, but before we now let me just give you a brief explanation. First of all, functional notation, they will give you what? A given function, and they will give you in the function what is the value of x, right? For example, here you see this f of 1, this one is the value of x, right? So if they say f of x, so what are you going to say? So x, the value of x, this x is equals to 1, right? That's what this function is. So the value of x is what? 1. So always what is in the function when they give you f of any number, so the value of x is supposed to be that number, right? So that's what the functional notation, that's what you should understand and know about the functional notation. So good. Now we start with example 1. Say, given that f of x equals to 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 1. Find Roman 1, f of 1. Roman 2, f of minus 1. Roman 3, f of what? 2, right? So now, good. So what is f of 1? F of minus 1, f of minus 2. So this 1 minus 1 and 2 are the values of x where you want to solve the function, right? So at the value of x, you want to use the function. Now let's say Roman 1. Say f of what? 1, right? So this f of 1, this 1 is just equals to the value of x. You see? So it's just equals to what? F of what? F of x. Do you see f? X 1. So this is the value, right? So now you go. Now you say f of 1, you see, equals to what? 3 bracket what? Anywhere you see x, what are you going to put? 1. That's why they say f of 1, right? So the value of 1. So say 1 raised to the power what? Cube 3. Do you see it? So this x has raised to the power 3. That's why you say 1 raised to the power 3. Plus 2. Anywhere you see x, what are you going to put? 1, because you are solving for x of f of minus f of 1, right? So I put 2 brackets 1 raised to the power what? 2, right? Good. So always, anytime you are substituting, learn for put what you are substituting in brackets, right? Good. Plus, what is there? 5. What is this? It's x. So you don't put x, you put the value of x, which is what? 1. So say bracket 1 minus 1. Remember, this 1 does not have x, so therefore you don't multiply it by x, by 1, right? So it's just 1 there. So there's no x close to it. That's why we just put there 1. So say f of 1 is equals to what? 1 bracket what? 1 times 1, okay. 1 cube, 1 raised to the power 3 is just what? 1, right? Plus 2 brackets, 1 raised to the power 2 is just what? 1. Plus 5 times 1 is how many? 5 minus 1, right? So f of 1 is equals to 3 times 1 is how many? 3. Plus 2 times 1 is 2. Plus how many? 5 minus 1 is equals to what? 4. So say f of 1 is equals to what? 3 plus 2 is what? 5. 5 plus the 4 is what? 9. So f of 1 is equals to what? 9. F of 1, the value of f of 1 is 9. So that's what this is. Good. So now we continue with what? 2. Roman 2 says what? Roman 2 says what? F of minus 1 just equals to what? F of x. You see. So now what is f of minus 1? Good. Is equals to, anywhere you see x, what are you going to put? Minus 1. Do you see? So good. So 3 brackets. This minus 1 represents the value of x. So you say minus 1 cube, right? Minus 2 brackets what? Minus 1 raised to the power what? Square. Plus 5 brackets minus 1 minus 1. Remember, that one does not have no x. So therefore, you just put what? 1. Right? Good. Now you go. So you say f of minus 1 is equals to 3 brackets. 1 raised to minus 1 raised to the power 3 is just what? Minus 1. Good. So minus 1 raised to the power 3 is just what? Minus 1. Minus 2 brackets. 1 raised to the power 1 minus 1 raised to the power 2 is just what? 1. Why? Now, let me explain why here minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 times minus 1. What do you get? Minus times minus is plus. Plus times minus is what? Minus 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So do you see? Or, for here, minus 1 times minus 1. What do you get? Minus times minus is plus. 1 times 1 is 1. So that's why we put here plus 1. Here we put minus 1. Because if you multiply all the 3 negative signs, you still get what? Negative. But there, if you multiply all the 2 negative signs, you will get what? Positive. Right? That's why we put there plus. You see it? So anytime you are squaring a negative sign, if you square a negative sign, in other words, if anytime you have a negative sign and there's a raised to the power 2, what? It will always become what? Positive. Right? And also, anytime you square you cube a negative sign, it will just remain to be negative. Just know this concept. Right? Good. So we go. Minus times, sorry, plus times minus is equals to minus, 5 times 1 is 5 minus 1. Do you see? Good. So f of minus 1 is equals to what? 5 times minus 3 is equals to minus 3. 3 times minus 1 is equals to what? Minus 3. Minus 2 sorry, we have mistake. Good. So minus 2 times 1 is equals to what? Minus 2. Minus 5 minus 1 is equals to what? Minus 6. So f of minus 1 is equals to what? Minus 2 minus 6. Minus 3 minus 2 minus 6 equals to what? So now anytime you want to add numbers and all the signs are the same, algebra says always take one of the signs and what? Add the numbers. Anytime the signs are the same, take one of the signs and add the numbers. What's here? Minus, minus, minus. So take one of the sign and what? Add the numbers. 3 plus 2 is equals to what? 5. 5 plus 6. It will give us how many? 11. So minus 11. So here we mistake the function. The function is not supposed to be plus. It's supposed to be minus. So we change it to minus. Here is supposed to be minus. Here is supposed to be minus. So here again is supposed to be minus. So do you see? So the function there that they gave us is plus. So we just say now f of 1 is equals to what? 3 minus 2 is equals to what? 3 minus 2. It will give us 1 plus 4. So f of 1 is equals to what? 1 plus 4 is equals to what? 5. So good. So we mistake there the sign. So now we have rectified the problem. Right? Good. So do you see? So that's it. So here, if you want to understand here, please go and watch algebraic expression in this channel. I precisely explained there and you understand it. Right? Good. And I want to give you advice. Don't come and just jump into this big topic. Start watching them. Right? Always try to go and watch the small topic, because these small topics is what determine your foundation. So if your foundation is is strong, so you're able to know mathematics. And algebraic expression is there to build up your foundation. Right? Good. Now we solve what? Example 3, Roman 3. Roman 3, we say what? F of 2, right? Is just same as what? F of what? X. So say f of 2 is equal to what? What is this? 3. 3 bracket what? What is x? The value of x is 2. So you are going to put 2 raised to the power 3 minus 2 bracket what? 2 raised to the power what? 2 Do you see? Minus plus 5 bracket what? 2 minus 1. Do you see? That's this is just the same procedure that we are doing in functional notation. This is how to solve functional notation in what? In polynomial, right? Good. We go. Roman, f of 2 is equals to what? 3 brackets 2 raised to the power 3 is equals to what? 8, right? Minus 2 bracket 2 raised to the power 2 is equals to what? 4, right? Plus 5 times 2 is equals to what? 10 minus 1. Good. So say f of 2 is equals to 8 times 3 is equals to what? 24, right? 24 minus 2 times 4 is equals to what? 8, right? Plus 10 minus 1 is equals to what? 9, right? So we say f of 2 is equals to what? So now let's try to subtract. So say 24 minus 8, it will give us how many? 16, right? 16 plus 9. So f of 1 is equals to what? Now 16 plus 9, it will give us how many? 25, right? Good. Good. So these are the answers in solving this function. So functional notation is very clear, simple, and straightforward. This is how to solve any functional notation that they give you in polynomial. The concept will never change. So we'll only do one example, right, for this functional notation. Now we move to the remainder theorem. But remember, as at the end of this class, I will give you exercise in functional notation, and that exercise I will give you, you solve this on your own and send for me the answer in the what? In the comment box or the comment section, right? Good. So thank you. Please take a pen and a piece of paper and practice. Try and understand the concept. If you don't understand, replay it again. We proceed to the next subtopic, the remainder theorem, right? So please, if you don't understand functional notation, please replay the video, or if you want me to solve more examples on that on functional notation, please let me know in the comment box, so that I will try to see how we bring more questions for you there for you to understand. But that's just the way how to solve functional notation. It's very simple and straightforward. Just substitute the value of x. That's it, right? Good. Now we come to the remainder theorem. Now the remainder theorem, here you either use the long division method that you have watched from the previous video, right? And then what? You use this method. Here they will give you two functions, right? And they will ask you to find what? The remainder, right? They will give you two functions, they will ask you to find the remainder. Now we move now to question solving. Now we go. Example 1 says, if f of x is equals to what? X fourth minus 2x squared minus 8. What is the remainder when f of x is divided by x minus 1? When is divided by x minus 1, what is the remainder? Good. So you either use that long division method in dividing them, always the last answer that you get is the remainder, or you use this method that we are going to solve, right? So we go. Solution. We say what? F of x is equals to x fourth minus 2x squared minus 8, right? Now, they say what is the remainder? You are asked for the remainder. Anytime you ask for the remainder, take note. When f of x, what is f of x? The value of f of x is equals to what? X fourth minus 2x squared minus 8 is divided by what? X minus 2. What is the remainder? Now, what are you going to do? Always take this one that they give you and equate it with what? X. The one that they gave you, equate it with x. The one that is supposed to be valued. So say what? X minus 1 equals to what? 0. So you equate it with 0. Always take this one and equate it with what? 0. You see, x minus 1 equals to 0. Now what's next? Now you go. What are you going to do? You are about to find the value of x, right? You transpose. right? Meaning it will drop the equals to, you transfer it. Now when you anytime you transpose, what you will notice that what always when you transpose, the sign will change. If it is plus, it will change to what? Minus. If it is minus, it will change to what? Plus. Anytime you transpose. That's what it says in what? Mathematics. That anytime the signs plus or minus jump equals to, they will change, right? So when this you transpose this minus 1, when it jump the equals to, what we call it will change to what? Plus, right? So now I say x equals to what? 1. 1 is the same as plus 1, right? Good. So that's what you get. That's the value of x. So the value of x equals to what? 1. So now you come. You say f of x. Sorry, now you're supposed to say what? F of 1. Do you see? Equals to, in finding the remainder, anywhere you see x, what are you going to put? 1. So say 1 raised to the power 4 minus 2x, sorry, 2 raised to the 2 into 1 raised to the power 2 minus 8. So say f of 1 is equals to what? Is equals to what? Is 1. A number raised to the 1 raised to the power. 1 raised to any power is just 1. Right? 1 raised to any power is just 1. So 1 raised to the power 4 is just 1. Minus 2. 1 raised to any power is just back 1. 1 raised to the power 2 is 1. Minus 8. So say f of 1 is equals to 1. 2 times 1 is equals to what? Minus 2 minus 8. So say f of 1 is equals to what? Minus 1. Now we say anytime you are adding or subtracting, if the signs are the same, anytime you want to add or subtract, if the signs are the same, always take one of the sign and what? Add the powers. So say 1. What are the sign? The sign for minus for 2 is minus. Sign for 8 is what? Minus. So the signs are the same here. So you take one of the sign and what? Add the power. So 8 plus 2 is equals to what? 10. So minus 10. So say f of 1 is equals to what? Minus 9. Do you see? Good. So now they say anytime you want to subtract or you want to add, what you're supposed to do? Always take the bigger number sign and subtract. What is the bigger number between 1 and 10? It's 10. So what is the sign of 10? It's minus. So you take minus. 10 minus 1 is 9. So the answer is supposed to be 9 minus 9. That's how comes we got minus 9. So if you don't understand this concept, please, I urge you to go and watch algebra. Especially the addition of algebra. You precisely understand it. You will not struggle when you reach when you are in this topic if you understand algebra. Do you see it? So the remainder is what? 1. So you can say now, therefore, they say what? What is the remainder? Now you can say, therefore, the remainder is what? Minus 9. So this is the remainder. This is your answer. Therefore, the remainder is what? Minus 9. So that's the answer. In case you are asked, what is the remainder? Good. So do you see? I hope it's clear. Please, if you don't understand, replay the video again. And don't forget, always bring your pen and paper so that you practice along, right? So that you understand it. You get it? So now, we go to example 2, which says, let f of x is equals to 2x cubed plus 3x minus 4. Find the remainder when f of x is divided by what? X minus 2. So good. Always note that this that they will give you, you equate it with what? 0. Right? So now let's first take. We say what? F of x is equals to what? It's equals to what? 2x cubed plus 3x minus 4. When it's divided by this, so x minus 2 equals to 0, you always equate it to 0. Now what are you going to do? You transpose. Remember, in the previous question that we solved, in example 1, I told you that what? Anytime a plus or minus jump equals to it will become what? What? It will change. If it is plus, it will become negative or minus. If it is minus, it will become what? Positive or plus, right? So we say x, when you transpose it, it become what? 2. Do you see it? Good. So now you know so now the value of x is what? 2. So you use this function. Anywhere you see x, you put 2. So f of what is x? You don't put x there again, you put what? 2. Equals to what? 2 raised to the power what? 2 cubed. Right? Plus 3 brackets 2. Right? Minus 4. Do you see there is no x? Anywhere you see x, you put what? 2. So say f of 2 is equals to what? 2 bracket what? 2 raised to the power 3 is how many? 8. Right? Plus 3. 3 times 2 is equals to what? 6 minus 4. Do you see it? So f of 2 is equals to what? 2 times 8 is equals to how much? 16 plus 6 minus 4. So therefore, f of 2 is equals to what? 16 plus 6 give us how many? 22. Right? So 22 minus 4 give us how many? 18. Right? So the answer is supposed to be what? 18. If you use your calculator, you punch it. Now let me see. You say you punch 16 plus 6 minus 4. You see it what we have 18, right? It will give you 18. If you punch it, you use calculator and punch it, right? So this is what? The remainder. So the question say what? Find the remainder. So you say now, therefore, the remainder is what? 18. So this is your answer. Good. I hope you understand the video. Please find a pen and a paper so you watch it again. Practice with a pen and paper and you watch it. I believe you understand. We move to example 3, which says find the remainder when f of x equals to 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus x plus 4 is divided by x plus 3. Remember, this you should always equate it towards 0, right? Good. So say solution. Now we say what? F of x is equals to what? 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus x plus what? 4. What are we going to do? We take this x minus 3 equals to 0. You always equate it to 0. That is the principle. You must not forget it. Now you go, we transpose. Sorry, it's plus x plus 3. That's the principle. Now we transpose. So x, what is here? Plus. Remember, I say anytime the sign jump equals to it will change to what? It will change. So if it is plus, it will change what? To negative. So it will become minus 3. Do you see it? Minus 3. Because it is plus, it will become minus 3. Now, what is the value of x now? Is minus 3. So anywhere you see x in the function, you are going to put what? Minus 3. So you say f of minus 3, do you see? Equals to 2x, sorry, 2 brackets minus 3, right? What? Cube plus 4 brackets minus 3 square minus brackets minus 3 plus 4. Do you see? What next? We say f of minus 3 is equals to what? 2. This is what? Minus 3. So minus 3 cube is equals to what? Minus 27. I told you earlier that what? Anytime you cube a negative sign, it will still be negative sign. But if you square a negative sign, it will become what? Positive. Do you know that? Good. So this is a negative sign. So if you cube it, it will be the negative sign will still be there, right? So it still be minus. 3 cube is just what? 27. 7, right? Plus 4. Anytime you square a negative sign, it will become what? Positive, right? So it will become 3 squared is equals to what? 9. So it will become plus 9. Minus times minus is what? Plus. What is this? 3 plus 4. Do you see it? Good. Here we substitute. Anytime you are substituting, always learn to put it in brackets, right? So say f of minus 3 is equals to what? 2 times 27. 2 times minus 27. It will give us minus 54. Right? Plus 9 times 9 times 4. It will give us how many? 36. Right? Plus 3. Okay. 3 plus 4 is just how many? Plus 7, eh? Good. Now you go. So say f of minus 3 is equals to what? Minus 54 plus 36 plus 7 give us how many? Minus 11. So if you use your calculator and add them all, it will give us how many? Minus 11. Do you see it? So now you say now, therefore, the remainder is what? Minus 11. So this is your answer. Do you see it? So I hope you understand. Please don't forget. Do the same thing again. Take your pen, take a pen and a paper and practice. I believe we move to example 4, right? Which says, find the remainder when 4x cubed minus 3x squared plus 6x is divided by what? 2x minus 1. Do you see? The same procedure that we use in solving example 2, 1 and also 3, that's the same procedure we are going to use in solving what? Example 4, right? Please, now we go. First of all, what are we going to do? We take the function. We say what? F of x is equals to what? 4x cubed minus 3x squared plus 6x, right? What's next? Now we take this. Now this one they will give us, which is what? The divisor. We always equate it with what? With 0, right? Now we say what? 2x minus 1 equals to 0. You equate it. What's next? You transpose. Remember, while I was solving example 1, 2, and 3, I told you that what? Anytime you are transposing, always the sign will change. If it is what? Positive that is there to change to negative. If it is negative, it will change to what? Positive. So here is negative. So now it will change to positive. We say 2x equals to 1. What are we going to do? We are about finding what? The value of x. Now how are you going to find the value of x? Anytime you want to find a particular value and all the things that stand with that value, you must what? Divide both sides, right? Or anytime you want to find x and all the things that stand with x, always what? Divide the other things that stand with x, right? But what is standing here with x is 2. So it's 2 that you're supposed to divide with because you're about to find the value of x. So divide by 2, divide by 2. 2 cancel 2. What is remaining? X. X is equals to what? 1 upon 2. Do you see? So this is the value of what? Of x. What's next? We proceed. So anywhere you see x, you put half, right? So we say what? F of half. Do you see? So instead of x now, you put what? F of half equals to 4 bracket what? Half cube minus 3 bracket what? Half plus 6 bracket what? Half. Do you see? Do you see? This one is supposed to be square. Do you see? So why this one half cube? Because x here half cube. Why this one half square? Because x here half square. So anytime you are substituting the value of x, right? Always, if x, the power of x, always put it there after you substitute, right? Good. So say f of 1 is equals to what? 4 bracket what? So 1 cube is equals to what? Remember, according to indices, this power outside there is for both 1 and 2. So this 1 cube is equals to what? 1. 1 raised to any power is just 1, right? So 2 cube is equals to what? 8. So if you take the cube of 2 is 8. Minus 3 bracket what? 1 square is just what? 1. The 1 raised to the power of any 1 raised to any power is just what? 1. Good. 2 raised to the power 2 is equals to what? 4. Right? Plus, now you say what? 6 times 1 is equals to what? 6 upon 2. Do you see it? So you multiply this 6 times 1. Right? Now you go. Now you say f of half is equals to what? Now what are you going to do? You multiply this 4 again with this 1. 4 times 1 is equals to what? 4 upon 8. Right? What is this? Minus. What are you going to do again? This 3, you multiply it with this 1. 3 times 1 is equals to 3 upon 4. Do you see it? Plus 6 upon 2. That's it. So now I say what? F of half is equals to what? What are we going to do? We find the LCM because these are all fractions, right? We find the LCM. So what will be the LCM? The LCM is supposed to be 8. Why? 8, because all the denominators can go into 8. Make 1. First of all, 8 into itself is 1 time, so 8 can go into 8. 4 can go into 8. 2 can go into 8. So anytime you have a given denominator, right? Denominator, just choose the number that all the denominator can go into. Just choose that number if they can go into that, right? Or if you don't understand, please, I'll be removing video under fraction, which I'll precisely talk on this topic, right? Please just look out for fraction, right? Good. So what is the LCM? Is 8, right? 8 into itself 1 times. So meaning 8 can go into 8 1 times. 1 times 4, you see, 1 times 4. So you say 1 bracket 4. It's, in other words, is 1 times 4 still, right? Minus 4 can go into 8 how many times? 2 times. So say 2 bracket, what is the numerator? 3. Plus 2 can go into 4 into 8 how many times? 4 times. What is the numerator? Is 6. You see how you put it. So this 4 is this 3 is this, and this 6 is this. So you just check how many times the denominator can go into the LCM, right? Good. So say f of 1 equals to what? 1 times 4 is equals to what? 4 minus 2 times 3 is equals to what? 6 plus 4 times 6 is what? 24 upon 8. Do you see it? So say f of half is equals to what? What is this? So now we say 6 minus 4. It will give us how many? Minus 2 plus 24 upon 8. So say f of half is equals to what? 6 is equal, it will minus 2 plus 24. If you use your calculator, you have how many? 22. 22 upon 8. Do you see? So 22 upon 8. What next? Now, this one you have is what? You have to what? Simplify the what? The fraction. First of all, we say what? F of half is equals to what? 2 here is how many times? 8, 4. 2 into 22 is how many times? 11. So what? 11 upon 4. Do you see? And now this fraction, there is no way we can simplify it, because there is no number, there is no factor which can enter into 4 and 11 at the same time, right? So therefore, anytime you have a fraction like this as an answer, where you cannot simplify it, what are you going to do? This one is what? Improper fraction. So therefore, improper fraction must never be answered, right? You should not leave improper fraction as an answer. You always convert it to what? To mixed fraction, according to what? The topic fraction, right? So say f of half is equals to what? So 4 into this, how many times? How many will it give you? So 4 can go into 11 how many times? 2. Okay. Yeah, can go 2 times. What? Remainder 3. 3 upon 4. So this is the answer. So total number 3 upon 4. So this is what is called mixed fraction, wherein we have a whole number in a proper fraction. Total number 3 upon 4. So this is the answer that you are supposed to find. So this is the remainder, right? Now they say what? Find the remainder of this. So now you can say what? Therefore, the remainder is what? Total number 3 upon 4. So this is the remainder, right? Good. So I hope you understand. If you don't understand, please replay again the video, and also find a piece of paper and a pen and solve along, right? And I believe you understand, right? We move to example 5. Example 5 will be a little bit differ from example 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And let's see. Example 5. If f of x is equal to what? 6x squared minus 3x plus y has a remainder of what? 12. When divided by what? X minus 1. Find the remainder. Sorry. Find the value of what? Y. Find the value of y. What are you going to do? Here, remember, see, they gave us the remainder in the question. They said, has the remainder of what? 12. So the remainder is there in the question. So you must note. Anytime they give you the remainder. So now if they divide this one into this, you will get a remainder of 12. Now they ask you to find the value of y. How are you going to do it? We say what? Solution. So try by all means and understand this question, right? Good. You say what? F of x is equal to what? 6x squared minus 3x plus y. Do you see? When is divided by what? By 1. So the remainder is what? The remainder is what? Is 12 when divided by what? When divided by x minus 1. Do you see? So when divided by x minus 1, the remainder is 12. Here they have already given you the remainder. Remember, first of all, let's equate this into what? 0. Just the same step. So say what? X minus 1 equals to 0. What are we going to do? Transpose. So x equals to what? 1. Now, if you substitute this value into this equation, they say what? The remainder is 12. So we say what? F of x is equals to what? 12. Sorry, f of 1 is equals to 12. So do you see? F of 1 is equals to 12. So the remainder, when you substitute this into this value, the remainder is what? 12. That's what why they give. That's what it is. Now what are we going to do? Now we say what? What is f of, you take this, right? So take 6x bracket. What is the value of x? Is what? 1. 1 square minus 3 bracket what? X plus y. You see it? Equals to what? 12. That's how you should set it. Sorry, 1. This is the way you should set it. Just take this way, you substitute it, you equate it to 12, the remainder. Always you equate the remainder given in the question with the function after you substitute, right? Now we go. So say 6 bracket what? 1 raised to the power, to any power is just 1. Minus 3 times y is 3 plus y equals to what? 12. You see? And what are we going to do? We proceed. 6 times y is 6 minus 3 plus y equals to what? 12. And what are we going to do? Subtract. So we got 3 plus what? Y is equals to 12. Now what's next? We transpose. So say y is equals to 12 minus 3. What is here? It's plus. Now if you transpose it to become what? Minus. Meaning this one you move it from the other direction, right? You move it here. Do you see? Now it's beyond the 12. So to move it behind what? The 12. And its sign will change to what? Negative. So to minus. Right? Now we go. Y is equals to 12 minus 3 is what? 9. 12 minus 3 is how many? 9. Good. So that's the value of y. So you see, very simple and straightforward. This is how to find the value of y. So you say therefore the value of y is what? Is 9. So if you want to write the equation, the function is supposed to be what? F of x equals to what? 6x squared minus 3x plus. So anywhere you see y, what are you going to put now? Is 9. 9. So this is the function given the question. I hope you understand it. And now we move to exercise. So we say exercise 1, right? If f of x is equals to what? 2x fourth minus 3x squared plus 5 is divided by x plus 1. Find the remainder. You see? 2. Exercise 2. If the remainder is 24, here they give you the remainder. When f of x is 2x fourth plus x cube minus 3x squared minus 2m is divided by x minus 2. You are supposed to find what? The value of m. Good. So we say example 2, exercise 2. If the remainder is 24, when f of x is equals to what? 2x fourth plus x cubed minus 3x squared minus 2m is divided by x minus 2, full stop, right? Find the value of n. So you are supposed to find the value of n. Find the remainder when f of x is equals to what? Exercise 3. Find the remainder when f of x is equals to what? 3x fourth minus 2x squared plus 6 is divided by what? 2x plus 4. Exercise 4. Find the remainder when f of x is equals to what? 3x cubed, sorry, x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 6 is divided by 3x plus 2. So please do this exercise and send your answer in the comment box. I want to see, right? Right, so that the answer that you sent for me will tell me that what my teaching is effective. So please just go and type your answer. Is this. Let me see if there's any correction, or if I need to reteach the, if I need to develop my teaching, I will do that and remove again another video so that people will understand me more, right? So please, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time with me, and also please like, share, and above all, subscribe, right? Because that's what will boost me up, and for me to be happy and see that, oh, I will do more research and bring for you good teaching in the way you can understand them, right? And this is not the ending of the polynomial. We'll be going towards the factor theorem, right? Which the factor theorem or the factorial theorem, we'll be going there. That one is a little bit tricky, and it's that area where they normally used to draw, especially when they want to draw polynomial. They first consider that subtopic because it involves division of polynomial. Please, so watch out for the the factor theorem, right? I'll be uploading video there, and I'll teach you more precisely for you to understand, right? So thank you for watching. I appreciate you.